Hello everyone, this is Mumbo here, welcome back, and today is another episode of Quick and Easy, and in this one we are going to be taking a look at a bunch of different ways to travel quickly in Minecraft. Now this has always been an interesting thing because you don't want to spend your whole time playing walking about, not doing a whole lot. You want to get to your places very fast, and in this episode we are going to be taking a look at some ways in which you can do that, so let's begin. Now for design number one, I want to make sure that you guys know the basics. There's no point in me showing all these crazy redstone contraptions and you being like, well, what does a minecart rail do? So here we go. First off, of course, you've got the horse. That is a very good mode of transport and it's also relatively fast. The pig, not quite as fast, but it is pretty cool, so we'll leave that one there. And then we have got the minecart. That is a great way of traveling, and it is also relatively cheap if you've got yourself an iron farm. And finally, we have got the ice and the 2-high roof. This is a fantastic mode of transport because it is incredibly quick. I will quickly show you how to use it. So all you have to do is sprint and jump, and you can see you really do pick up some pace. And this is great for very long nether tunnels. However, you have to watch out for your food bar because it does go down very quickly. As I mentioned earlier, the horse is a fantastic mode of transport. It is very fast and it allows you to go anywhere, which is absolutely brilliant. You can go up hills and often fall off cliffs, which perhaps isn't so good. Now the way that you tame it is you just hop on its back a few times and eventually you will see the heart animation, and then you can put a saddle on it and ride away. It's very easy to control and, like I said, very quick. For the pig, on the other hand, all you need to do is throw a saddle on its back, then pick up your carrot on a stick and hold it out in front of you, and it will go where you want it to go. They're a little bit harder to control and nowhere near as fast, so if you can, I would rather ride the horse. As far as these other two go, it is fairly self-explanatory. The minecart rails, you just place them down on top of blocks and make sure to put a powered rail every once in a while so that you can keep up your momentum. And as far as the ice track goes, just make sure you've got a 2-high space in between the ice and the roof, and then you'll be fine. You can just run along and jump as much as you like. Design number two is where things get just a little bit more interesting. We've got a bunch of redstone, repeaters and pistons to boot, and it creates a cool looking redstone contraption that I like to call the Travelator. Now what this does is it just pushes the player along. It's like a horizontal elevator, if you get my drift. And if we just stand inside here, find the middle and hit the button, you will see that you get pushed along by the pistons at quite a fast rate. Now it is nowhere near as fast as the ice and roof technique, or a horse for that matter, but you have to admit, it does look pretty cool. Before you start building one of these, I just want to make you aware of one or two issues that I've had with it. If you get a bit of a lag spike whilst you're using it, you can occasionally glitch through the pistons. Now it doesn't happen very often, but if you do have a very long Travelator, that of course increases your chances, so it's just something to keep in mind. But anyway, to get things started, you want a 6 wide area. The length of it depends on how long your Travelator is going to be, and the first thing that you want to do is you want to place alternating sticky pistons facing upwards like this, with your regular pistons facing in the direction of your Travelator on the faces of those. Very nice and easy. Now I would suggest placing in your floor, and all you have to do is place blocks in between these pistons, and then you want to place the bottom part of your wall. Now the reason that this part is important is because it is going to be used as a way to power the pistons once they are extended, so I would put those in before you start. Then you want to go over to one of your sides and place a block like this and then a block up like that, and you have to make sure that this block that is upwards lines up with the piston, and then you just want to continue that sort of pattern on, just creating this sort of zigzag. And then you want to place a repeater in the gap, set it to 2 ticks, 2 ticks and 2 ticks with redstone dust on top of each of these blocks, so that redstone dust will power this block, which will then power this piston. Then you want to go down beneath and once again place your redstone dust and a repeater running into the bottom piston and set it to 2 ticks. So you should see, if we give this a quick tester, that you will create this sort of pattern. Now you want to repeat it on the same side, so you just want to place a block up like this, make sure that it lines up with this piston, and repeat that zigzagging pattern like I showed earlier. And then the repeaters in each of the gaps, set both of them to 2 ticks, and then redstone dust on top of all of these blocks. And I've forgotten a repeater, so there we go, 2 ticks. Then down underneath the block, you then once again need to place your redstone dust and your repeater once again, 2 ticks running into that bottom piston. Now, because this side is the first one in line, that is going to be the first piston to push you want that to be set to 1 tick. So you want to run 1 repeater in here, so then this line will turn on 1 tick before this one. But anyway, now you can just connect these up using redstone dust nice and easily, and then you can grab a button and place it down, hit that button, and you will see it works fine. However, if you try to ride it, it won't work, and that is because all of these are pushing you upwards. So what you want to do is create a 2 high gap and then place your ceiling in, and it has to be 2 blocks high, and that means that you won't fly upwards, and this should work like a charm. So as you can see, we travel along to the end just fine. And for our final design, number 3, we are going to be getting a little bit silly, because we are going to be taking a look at a TNT player launcher. Now, this will launch the player hundreds of blocks in a matter of seconds, and also it is one hell of a lot of fun. So let's just head down to the bottom, stand on top of this fence gate and hit this button. You will see the TNT fall. Oh man, this is going to be good, and boom! There we go. Not only have we gone a long way horizontally, we have also gone very high vertically, over 1,000 blocks in the air. I have just come into land, so let's take a look at how far we have travelled. It felt like quite a long way, and yes, there we go. That is at least 200 blocks, so that's quite impressive, I would say, considering it only took about 20 seconds to do it. Those of you who are more sensible than I am will be able to point out the flaws with this design. The first one being, it is extremely expensive. It uses a lot of TNT each time you fire it, so that's just something to keep in mind. The next one being that this will only work in creative mode or peaceful. If you do it in any other game mode, you will blow up and die, which is a bit of a shame, and for that reason, I am not going to be doing a tutorial on this design. However, there is a world download in the description that you can check out for yourselves. Go blow yourself off a cliff or something. It's a lot of fun, I can tell you. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I've got time for this week. So if there is something that you really want to see on this channel, then please go down to the comment section and place it as a suggestion. If you did enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.